Let's just get this straight. February 28th of 2017, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission published a report. It was an outline of policies and procedures connected to behavioral science testing of people involved in industrial inspection. I understand this to be connected to what had happened the year before, when there was an announcement that the water system of Flint, Michigan was so contaminated that the people couldn't drink it, and it had been responsible for making masses of people in the area sick. There was announced that a number of plumbers had showed up. They had organized and they showed up in order to do work. They had spontaneously mobilized. I believe they had foreknowledge that there might have been a problem, and when it was announced and acknowledged, they showed up. They didn't get the money and they didn't get the supplies they needed to do the job they're qualified to do. What happened is the Obama administration deployed a team of behavioral scientists, and a lovely young woman was reputed to have come sweeping in and trying to talk with everybody about their frustration with receiving some kind of social services, receiving some sort of assistance. They were observed for their financial capabilities in a completely derivated economy. They were encoded and manufactured to have flaws so that they could be exploited by a different economic sector that doesn't seem to have as much reliance on adhering to standards that can be verified and proven, because most of their work products are in the form of confidential patient records, which lack an actual review process to assure that they're not just arbitrarily projecting onto other people. How many people have I seen just in the state of Texas that when they were perfectly able bodied and perfectly capable of being able to go to training, go to fulfill a call for people to participate in some sort of infrastructure project, had to go to the hospital or had a family member that died or had a heart attack. So they had to delay whatever stage they were at so that medical billing and codings could be put on them or their family. And in contrived situations alleged to be about natural disasters that did not meet the standards necessary to qualify for the drawdown on federal resources, could put them through a process of psychological operations to compel them to slack off on a standard here, or to cut a corner here, or accept that they had facilities damage, and that somebody else with a lower standard could dictate their life. And if they didn't accept, where are they now? Where are we now? Where are we now? Because let me tell you what happens. Your model where you encode people to be disabled or flawed, so they have to rely on somebody else to supervise and affirm their life, and they have to meet benchmark dates in somebody's financial portfolio with their weight and their blood pressure and how many pills they got left in a bottle. What happens if you actually recover? You can't get a job because they made employment contingent upon you meeting those other benchmarks. You don't get paid for that. As soon as I stopped taking the medication and I got my mind back, you didn't want to hire me. And now, the medical sector and the biological medical sector, here's the problem. I studied the techniques necessary to pass weapons so that they can be deployed to be used in war. The metal, the hardware. Your suppliers are the same people. And a lot of them are having economic problems. And they want to invest in your market paradigm because when you make mistakes, they can blame it on somebody else. And you let them. That's how I see this right now. See, this isn't like one of those things where I'm just pissed or I'm just opposition from the other side. You manufactured me into one of you. You changed my life. You changed my community. You changed my politics so I could become one of you.